وقت بخیر. کاوه عبدالهی هستم، مدرس زبان با یک قسمت دیگه از داستان The Hound of the Baskervilles، سگ شکاری باسکرویل. قسمت پیش تا اینجا رفته بودیم جلو که we heard the sound and Stapleton and there was this very sharp loud sound. Everybody was worried. And then I was worried about Sir Henry. Stapleton said, if you remember, I heard a cry, and that is why I came out. I was worried about Sir Henry, Stapleton said. And then there was the talking between Stapleton and Holmes. Did you hear anything else at all? No, said Holmes. Did you? No, said Stapleton. This is the dialogue between Holmes and Stapleton. And finally he says, you know, the stories about the supernatural hound. I wondered if it had been here tonight. I wondered if it had been here tonight. This is the second, actually, this is the mix conditional. If it had been here tonight. If it had been here tonight. When you're talking about past. وقتی که داریم در مورد گذشته کامل شرطی نوع سوم، ابتدای شرطی نوع سوم صحبت میکنیم. I wonder if means it's a question for me. I wonder if it's a question for me. Let's start with the rest of the story. We heard nothing of that kind, I said. How do you think this poor man fell to his death? Stapleton asked. I think cold and hunger and his fear that the police would catch him drove him mad. He ran round the moor in his madness and fell over this edge, I said. Do you agree, Mr. Sherlock Holmes? Asked Stapleton. You're quick to guess who I am, said Holmes. We have been expecting you ever since Dr. Watson arrived. I have no doubt my friend is right about the way Selden died, said Holmes. It is a sad death, but it will not prevent me from returning to London tomorrow. Before you return, will you be able to explain the mysteries that we have experienced here? I'm not always as successful as I hope. I need facts, not stories of the supernatural. This hasn't been a good case for me. Stapleton looked hard at him, but Holmes had spoken very seriously at his words, and his words sounded true. We covered the body, then Stapleton turned to go home, and Holmes and I walked towards Baskerville Hall. He's a very clever man, and a dangerous enemy who will be difficult to trap, said Holmes. Look how he controlled his disappointment when he found that the dead man was not Sir Henry. I'm sorry that he has seen you, I said. So am I, but there was nothing we could do about it. Let's go to the details. Heard nothing. We heard nothing. It's like you're talking about past. We heard nothing. It's like simple past when you're talking about past. We heard nothing, like you put more emphasis. تاکید بیشتری از جمله منفی داریم. So we say we heard nothing of that kind, of this sort, of this type, I said. And how do you think it's like, what's your opinion? How do you know? How do you think? چطور متوجه شدی? How do you think this poor man fell to his death? And then we have the word fall to his death, because we're talking about past. It is fell to his death. How did he die? Cold and hunger, that's a good collocation. Fear that the police would catch him. His fear that the police, sorry for the motorbike noise. His fear that the police would catch him. drove him mad. Drive somebody mad. To drive somebody mad means to make somebody so stressful that he becomes crazy. That's the meaning of drive somebody mad. To make him so angry that, or stressful, that he becomes crazy. Next, he says, he ran around the moor. Run around something, like just move around, run around, without a goal. Run around the moor in his madness and fell over this edge. Well, fell over or fall over the edge. لبه, the edge of the rock. And then when Stapleton said Mr. Holmes said, you're quick to guess who I am. زود فهمیدی من کیم. You're quick to guess who I am, Holmes said. We have been expecting you ever since. حال کامل استمراری. از گذشته تا الان به شکل مستمر نان استاپ انجام شده. We have been expecting you since. Then, I have no doubt. To have no doubt about something. هیچ شکی ندارم. I have no doubt. And then later, it is a sad death when you want to say. And it will not prevent me from returning to London. It will not stop me. Prevent me, stop me. It's like you want to say that it doesn't stop me from doing something. For example, your unhappiness doesn't prevent me from telling the truth. When you want to personalize the example, وقتی که میخوایم example رو شخصی کنیم میگیم ناراحتی تو باعث نمیشه من حقیقت رو نگم. Your unhappiness does not prevent me from telling the truth. And then before you return, this is what he said, before you return, قبل برگشتن، قبل رفتنت. And then این ساختار رو نگاه کنید. Will you be able to explain آینده ساده به علاوه حال کامل. حال کامل یه چیزی اتفاق افتاده و اون حالت خواهش، پیشبینی، درخواست. میگه will you be able البته اینجا با be able اومده، با will you برای توانایی نشون دادن در آینده است. یعنی از پسش برمیای will you be able to explain the mysteries that we have experienced. Will you be able تو از پسش برمیای که ما تجربه کردیم. And then he says I need facts. This hasn't been a good case for me. حال کاملا رو خیلی خوب داره استفاده میکنه. This hasn't been from past up to now. Looked hard at him. Like looked seriously at him. And Holmes had spoken very seriously. گذشته کامل. Speak به علاوه seriously. ما فعل داریم به علاوه قید. He had spoken very seriously and his words sounded true. His words sounded true like it seemed that his words were correct. Sounded به نظر می رسید. درست به نظر می رسید. He covered the body و در ادامه a dangerous enemy, that's good. Clever man, it's good. And then controlled his disappointment, that's a good structure. How do you control your disappointment? How do you control your stress? And then how he controlled his disappointment. When he found that. Found here means understood. وقتی که متوجه شد. I'm sorry that he has seen you. I'm sorry حال ساده. چرا sorry? He has seen you که تو رو دیده. He has seen you حال کامل. اینم که there was nothing we could do about it. کار دستون بر نمی اومد. There was nothing we could do about it. Let's go to the next page. Now he knows I'm here and he may be more careful or he may act more quickly. than he had planned. Why can't we give him to the police at once? Because we can't prove anything against him. Sir Charles was found dead because his heart failed. Again tonight, we could not prove that there was a hound. Selden died from a fall. We have no case at present. We shall see Mrs. Lyons tomorrow, and she may help us. But whatever happens, I have my own plan. There will be some danger, but by the end of tomorrow, I hope to have won this battle. He would say nothing else. Are you coming to the hall? I asked. Yes, he replied. There's no reason for me to hide any longer. But one last word, Watson. Say nothing of the hound to Sir Henry. Let him think that Selden died from a fall. If he knows about the hound, he will find it harder to face the dangers of tomorrow. I think you told me in your last letter that he's having dinner with the Stapleton tomorrow evening. And they have invited me too, I reminded him. Then you must excuse yourself, and he must go alone. That can easily be arranged. And now I think we are both ready for some food. Let's do the analysis. Here he says that act more quickly. We have a collocation of verb plus adverb. ترکیب فعل و قید رو داریم. That's good. And he had planned. گذشته کامل رو داریم. He had planned happened before this. و ساختار why can't we give him? Why can't we do something? And then we have at once. Means now, quickly. We can't prove anything against him. Against him there is nothing. علیهش چیزی وجود نداره. Against him. We can't prove و ثابت بکنیم. We can't prove anything against him. And then his heart failed. He was found dead because his heart failed. And then later we have no case at present. At present we have no case. And then by the end of tomorrow, like when tomorrow is finished, by the end of tomorrow, win the battle. I hope to have win the battle. I hope to have win this battle. As I hope we win the battle of this that we started. I hope to have won this battle. And then he would say nothing. Are you coming to the hall? It's present continuous. Dr. Watson is asking Holmes. There's no reason for me to hide. That's a good sentence. When you say there's no reason for me to do something, there's no reason for me to hide. And then he says, but one last word. One last word. That's a good sentence. One last word. Say nothing of the hound. Say nothing of the hound. Means don't talk about it. Don't راجبش اصلا صحبت نکن. Don't talk about it. Say nothing of the hound. Let him think. بذار فکر کنه که let him think that پرسونالایز کردن مثال ها فراموشتون نشه. دیگه به اندازه کافی تاکید کردم تو این سری از داستان شرلوک هولمز. دیگه تکرار مکرراته. سعی کنید پرسونالایز بکنید و ساختارهای خودتون رو هم در کنار این مطالب بسازید. If he knows about the hound شرطی نوع اوله. If he knows about the hound he will find it harder to face the dangers tomorrow. دو تا نکته داره. If he knows about the hound he will find it harder. That's the first conditional, and then face the danger. مواجه شدن با خطرات. Face the danger. And find it harder. He would find it harder. I find it hard means it's difficult for me. And then he's having dinner. It's like a plan, present continuous برای an arranged plan. Present continuous for an arranged plan. مد نظر داشته باشید. که حال استمراری رو برای یک برنامه مشخص شده بعد در آینده استفاده میکنیم. یه برنامه‌ای که احتمال وقوعش زیاده. و اینجا then you must excuse yourself. must فعل مدالمونه، کنار excuse استفاده شده، یعنی نباید بری، باید یه جوری عذر خودتو، یه بهونه بیاری، یه عذری بیاری که نمیخوای بری. You must excuse yourself. یعنی ضرورت است که این کار رو انجام بدی. It's personal necessity. And then let's go that can be easily arranged. یعنی راحت از پسش برمیای، چیز دشواری نیست. That can be easily arranged. Let's go to the new chapter 15, the first page. The trap. When we reached the hall, Sir Henry was very pleased to see Holmes, but he was surprised that Holmes had no luggage and that he appeared so unexpectedly. I had the unhappy job of telling Barrymore and his wife about her brother's death. Mrs. Barrymore cried and was very sad indeed. During dinner, Sir Henry told us that he had spent a dull day and evening on his own. He had kept his promise to Holmes, and so he had not accepted the Stapletons' invitation to their house that evening. We did not tell him how glad we were that he had stayed away from the moor. Holmes started to say something, but then he stopped suddenly. His eyes were fixed on one of the pictures of the past Baskervilles on the wall. Sir Henry, could you tell me which Baskerville that is? He asked. Sir Henry and I both looked at the picture. That is Sir Hugo, the one who started all the trouble, said Sir Henry. He was the first to see the hound. Holmes looked hard at the picture, but said nothing more. Then, after Sir Henry had gone to his room, Holmes made me stand in front of the picture. Is it like anyone you know? He asked. He stood on a chair, and with his hands he covered the hat and hair of the man in the picture. Let's do the analysis. The trap. Trap is like a tale. The trap. It's like they are going to set the plan in a way that they want to see what's going to happen. They want to find who's the murderer. What's the story behind this? Reach the hall. That's a good collocation. Very pleased to see, like very happy to see. He was surprised that, For example, he was surprised. I'm surprised that you're here. I'm surprised that Holmes had no luggage, like this one. We say had no luggage instead of didn't have any luggage. It's because, again, we are using positive sentence to add more emphasis. جمله مثبت استفاده میکنیم برای اینکه اون تاکیدش بیشتر میشه وقتی no رو استفاده میکنیم که آقا he had no luggage. هیچ وسیله همراه خودش نیاورده بود. He appeared so unexpectedly. He appeared so unexpectedly. Without any notice. غیر منتظره. سر کلش پیدا شده بود. Without any notice. I had the unhappy job of telling Barrymore. In I had the unhappy job is a good structure. I had the unhappy job of da. یعنی مجبور بودم که این کار دشوار رو انجام بدم. I had the unhappy job of. بعد از آبم که اگه بخوایم فعل استفاده کنیم gerund استفاده میکنیم ing form. I had the unhappy job of da telling about the brother's death. And اینجا in this sentence he says he told us that he had spent گذشته کامل قبل از گذشته ساده. And he had kept his promise. به قولش وفا کرده. به قولش عمل کرده. He has kept his promise. And then he had not accepted. I just highlight the past perfect for you to get a good grasp of the idea. And how glad we were that he stayed. We didn't tell how glad. And then he stopped suddenly. That's a good one. We have an adverb and a verb. And his eyes were fixed on something. His eyes were fixed on something. And then next is the one who started all the trouble. That's a good one. The person who caused all the trouble. یعنی تمام مشکلات رو اون شروع کرده بود. The one who started all the trouble. و looked hard at the picture. یعنی با دقت به تصویر نگاه کرد. Looked hard at the picture. And then he stood on the chair. Good preposition. And حرف اضافهش روی on the chair. And then he covered the hat and the hair. Covered the hat and the hair with his hands. With his hands, he covered the hand and with his hands, he covered the hat and the hair of the man in the picture. Thank you. امیدوارم که مفید بوده باشه. Please tell your friends about us. So give us your feedback to make a better plan and better video lessons for you. And I hope you have learned and enjoyed. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.